his mausoleum, where Rumi is buried, as well as the Museum of the Mevlevi Order and Mevlana. Come, come, who or whatever you are, should you be an unbeliever or a pagan, still come. Our lodge is not a lodge of despair. With 100 repentances unheeded, you may be, still come. The most famous quote from Mevlana. As you can see, many people have come here from different countries and nationalities to visit him. Behind me is the mausoleum area of Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi. He had written several books of poetry, one of them called the Mesnevi. He had 7 points of advice that we'll share with you now. The 7 points of advice from his poems were: in generosity and helping others, be like a river. In compassion and grace, be like sun. In concealing others' faults, be like night. In anger and fury, be like dead. In modesty and humility, be like earth. In tolerance, be like a sea. Either exist as you are, or be as you look. Here in the Mevlana Museum, there are many artifacts very important to the history of Islam as well as to the Mevlevi order. There are many writings and books of poems from various times and empires that are found here, as well as musical instruments used by the Mevlevi order. Mevlana himself actually played the ney. The ney is a reed flute, a flute made of reed, and he wrote a poem about this. The poem goes that the ney, from the day it is cut, it so anguishes and loathes and mourns and longs to be restored to its life again as it was before it was made into an instrument. The beautiful sound of the ney can be heard here as you visit this mausoleum and museum. Also found here are very important artifacts and articles from Mevlana's life as well as from the Mevlevi order. We've now begun to take a closer look at some of the personal belongings of Mevlana. Here on the top shelf we have some hats that he wore, as well as on this one we find a shoulder strap or shoulder covering that's beautifully decorated. Also a blue jacket that belonged to Mevlana, and below we have a robe that he used in the 13th century.
Heimat. Immer wieder wunderschön hier zu sein, an all die Menschen zu denken, denen es genauso geht. Aber so etwas wie Heimat, gibt es das überhaupt noch? Ja, ich glaube schon. Ich kann mich wirklich noch richtig gut erinnern, wie mein Debüt ablief. Stamford Bridge, Champions League, Achtelfinalrückspiel. Felix Magath ruft mich, meine Knie zittern. ...2007, Meister mit dem VfB, das wird für immer unvergesslich bleiben. Für mich, für all die Menschen hier, ganz bestimmt auch, weil unser Captain, Fernando Mera, die Schale in 60 Jahren Bundesliga, glaube ich, als einziger falsch rum hochhielt. Wow, den habt ihr also auch dabei. Würde ich gerne vergessen, kann ich nicht, gehört aber zu mir, ist Teil meiner Karriere und ich glaube, dass er auch ein Stück weit mich zu dem gemacht hat, was ich heute bin. Finale daheim, brutaler Tag, schmerzhaft ohne Ende. Aber auch Energiebooster für die Jahre danach und ganz speziell für das Jahr danach. Also wichtig ist dann nur, dass du immer wieder aufstehst. Jetzt darf ich auch noch Oli Kahn zitieren. Weiter, immer weiter geht's. Mit dem Triple zum Beispiel. Unvergesslich. Auch in Istanbul habe ich mich wahnsinnig schnell heimisch gefühlt. Was für eine mega Erfahrung. Wahnsinns-Fankultur, unbeschreiblich liebevolle Menschen. Und dann das erste Tor in diesem wundervollen Stadion Vodafone Arena, was für mich unendlich viel bedeutet. Aber was ist schon Heimat? Eine bunte Mischung verschiedenster Menschen, verschiedene Kulturen. Einfach ein Gefühl. Und das ist das absolut Schönste für mich am Fußball, in unterschiedlichen Kulturen zu Hause zu sein, sich zu Hause zu fühlen. Ich glaube, das ist etwas, was der Fußball so gut kann wie kein anderer, Menschen zu verbinden. Und am Ende ist es egal, ob du den Ball 2 Meter übers Tor schießt oder ins Triple gewinnst. Es sind diese Verbindungen, die dich stark machen. Heimat kann so viel sein. Ein Ort, ein Gefühl, aber auch ein Geschmack.
This book is the Mesnevi. Mevlana, he had many poems that he wrote and that he said during his life. His students wrote them by hand and made this collection called the Mesnevi. In this part of the museum, there are many different translations and also writings by hand of the Quran from the Seljuk and Ottoman periods. In this area of the museum, we have a display representing the life of the dervishes of the Mevlevi order, those who are the closest followers of Mevlana. Also here we have represented the dervish who would go and take care of all of the shopping and getting the food, bringing it back. This dervish was responsible for cooking. So these are examples of their lives. Over here we also have items that were used in the kitchen for food preparation and water. In this area of the Mevlevi Order Museum, we find a depiction of what their life would have been like. Here we have several dervishes that are seated around a table. This is a traditional style table that was used for meals. Also, we see their clothing is very interesting as well, with the long black robes. They wore the same style hat and shirts. Also, they wore a different kind of uniform of sorts when they were doing the whirling dervishes, which are known around the world. In this area, the board that was used is the sema. This is a portable sema board and it has a nail in the very center. This again, their rotation during their time of whirling was much like the rotation or patterned after the Earth's rotation on its axis. In this part of the museum, we see an example of a Mevlevi order sitting room.